The air thins where ancient pines, heavy with snow, clutch the edge of crumbling sandstone cliffs. Below, a vast alpine flat of wind-scoured sand stretches toward the horizon, a stark pale desert under a bruised purple sky. A tension gathers, a pressure that makes the very stones hum. The wind, once a gentle whisper through frozen branches, now howls with intent, tearing plumes of snow from the forest and whipping sand into stinging vortexes. It's a borderland awakening, a sacred divide between frost and dust, feeling the tremor of approaching gods. High above, the mountain peak itself seems to hold its breath, its silhouette sharp against clouds that churn with unnatural speed. Something ancient and impossibly powerful is stirring in the frost-choked mists. Its presence, a low-frequency vibration felt in the rattling of loose rock and the sudden, chilling silence of the forest's unseen life. The Alpine border, a place of quiet, elemental contrast, is about to become a war zone. A form coalesces from the swirling storm fog, a creature born of lightning and shadow. The Stormclaw chimera emerges, its multi-limbed body a terrifying fusion of nature's fury. A lion's maw, framed by a serpentine neck, issues a low growl that crackles with static. Its shoulders, covered in iridescent, storm-grey scales, ripple with contained power. With a deliberate, predatory step, its massive paws touch the ground, and claws crackling with raw electricity leave sizzling, blue-glowing prints in the snow and sand. Arcs of lightning leap from its form, dancing across the frozen earth and charring the frosted roots of ancient pines. The air grows thick with the scent of ozone as the storm clouds swirling around its body darken, mirroring the beast's territorial fury. It raises its hybrid head, surveying the alpine ridge, not just with its eyes, but with the storm itself, feeling every shift in the wind, every tremor in the rock. It is a guardian, a force of elemental chaos, and its domain has been breached. The ground responds with a violent, groaning shudder. From the sandy flats below the cliffs, the earth cracks open, splitting with the sound of 1,000 breaking bones. Dust and rock fragments blast outwards as a titan of stone and granite hauls its colossal form into the light. The boulder-hide colossus rises its body, an armored fortress of interlocking mountain plates. Glowing orange runes pulse with ancient energy from the deep fissures in its stone skin. Its arms, thick as fallen redwood trunks, grind against its torso, shedding cascades of grit and pebbles. With each monumental step, a seismic shockwave radiates outwards, shaking the very foundations of the cliffside and causing miniature avalanches of snow and sand. A cloud of fine dust perpetually rises from its body, a personal sandstorm that obscures its sheer, terrifying scale. It is slow, deliberate, an unstoppable force of geological time given monstrous form, and its glowing eyes fix upon the electric silhouette of the chimera high on the ridge. The moment of stillness shatters. With a roar that is both feline and thunderclap, the Stormclaw chimera launches itself from the cliff edge. It's a blur of grey scales and blue lightning soaring across the chasm in a breathtaking, agile pounce. Its electric claws are extended, aiming to tear into the colossus's granite hide. In response, the boulder-hide colossus plants its feet, its stone body a bastion against the storm. It raises a massive arm, a limb of pure mountain rock, and brings it down in a ground-splitting slam. The impact is apocalyptic. The Colossus's fist meets the earth just as the Chimera lands, and the world erupts. A concussive blast of energy throws dust, snow, and shattered rock into the air. Entire pine trees are torn from the ground, their frozen roots snapping like twigs, flung into the swirling vortex of elemental fury. The alpine forest screams as the two titans meet for the first time. Chaos reigns. The Chimera, all speed and elemental wrath, becomes a whirlwind of attacks. It darts and weaves around the Colossus's lumbering form, its lightning-charged claws leaving deep, superheated gouges in the stone armor that glow orange before cooling. It unleashes ferocious bursts of wind from its scaled wings, powerful enough to bend the ancient alpine trees until their trunks splinter and snap. The Colossus counters with brute, overwhelming force. It ignores the claw marks, its massive form barely flinching. It stomps the ground, sending seismic ripples through the ridge that crack the earth and destabilize the Chimera's footing. Grabbing a house-sized boulder from its own shoulder, it hurls the projectile with devastating force, the rock whistling through the air before exploding against the cliffside, showering the battlefield in shrapnel. The forest is shredded, the sand is churned, and the once pristine snow is blackened by ozone burns and choked with dust. The battle escalates, tearing the landscape apart. The raw power unleashed by the Titans pushes the environment to its breaking point. A lightning-infused tail whip from the Chimera misses the Colossus but slices clean through a granite outcropping, sending a 100-ton slab of rock crashing into the sandy basin below. The Colossus answers by slamming both fists into the ground, and the resulting earthquake doesn't just shake the ridge it splits. A massive fissure opens on the mountain face, running from the forest line down to the sandy flats, venting steam and dust. Shockwaves from their blows create localized, violent snowstorms, mingling with the sand kicked up by the Colossus, until the air is a blinding, grinding tempest of white and brown. The world is a canvas of destruction, painted with cracking cliffs, crumbling sand dunes, and the skeletal remains of a once proud alpine forest. The mountain itself groans under the strain, its peaks echoing the Titan's war cries. In the heart of the maelstrom, a flicker of movement catches the Chimera's eye. On the very edge of the newly formed fissure, a baby snow elk, small and terrified, is trapped on a crumbling ledge, its spindly legs trembling. The Chimera freezes. For a single critical heartbeat, its predatory fury is replaced by a surge of protective instinct. The battle, the territory, the enemy, all of it fades. That moment of hesitation is all the boulder-hide Colossus needs. Seizing the opening, it unleashes a focused blast of kinetic pressure, a wave of pure stone force that smashes into the Chimera. The blow is immense, knocking the storm beast off its feet. It slides backward, claws scrabbling desperately for purchase on the ice and rock, stopping just inches from the edge of the cliff. Below, the chasm yawns, a dizzying drop into the shattered valley. The colossus begins to raise its arm for a final crushing blow. But the moment of vulnerability has passed, reforged into righteous fury. With a scream that tears through the storm, the chimera finds its footing. It doesn't charge forward, it climbs. Scrambling up the sheer, cracked face of the Alpine peak, it moves with impossible speed, its electric claws finding purchase in the stone. It ascends into the heart of the storm it commands, a silhouette against the violent, churning clouds. Below, the boulder-eyed colossus, sensing the shift, charges from the base of the peak, its massive steps pounding like a war drum, its intent to bring the mountain down upon its foe. The chimera reaches the summit, gathering the storm into a swirling vortex of pure lightning. As the colossus smashes its way up the slope, a tidal force of stone and earth, the chimera dives. Lightning meets granite. The resulting explosion is blinding, a peak-shattering final clash that tears open the very top of the mountain in a cataclysm of light and sound. The cataclysm subsides. The chimera, wreathed in the fading afterglow of its ultimate attack, lands heavily on the no-stabilized ridge. Its energy is spent, but its purpose is clear. Instead of a killing blow, its attack was a concussive wave of immense power. It unleashed a final, definitive lightning roar, a controlled surge that didn't shatter the colossus but cracked the glowing runes across its stone armor, extinguishing their light. The immense wave of electrical force acted as a battering ram, pushing the stone giant back from the fragile cliff edge. The colossus stumbles, its momentum broken, and tumbles safely into the lower valley, landing with a ground-shaking thud amidst the sandy plains. The chimera watches it go, then turns its gaze. Across the ridge, the baby elk, now safe, scrambles back into the shrouded quiet of the pines. A soft snow begins to fall, blanketing the scars of war as the victorious guardian stands silent, a protector watching over its wounded but unbroken alpine home.